Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander, Director of Sales for Bona Adhesives.
I'm Rob Johnson from the Bona Training. I just woke up.
I see that.
See me? Yeah, I phased out on you there. Sorry.
You did. Yeah, I thought I was going to leave you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to break into snoring.
What's he doing?
Well, here we are, episode 562, right? Day 562.
Do you know we're about halfway through year number 6 of this show?
That's amazing. And I know, and I apologize to our viewers. I know we've done more repeats than we ever have this year. The schedule's been incredible. And Rob had a negotiations contract issue we had to fight through. And man, he was a stickler on that.
I'm so happy you joined me on the picket line because I felt silly out there by myself.
I guess you like M&Ms because you held out as long as you possibly could.
No green M&Ms.
Yeah. All right. Good for you.
No green M&Ms.
All right, Rob. We're going to talk today about a new product. Here we go again. I mean, every sometimes twice a year, it seems like we're coming out with a new product. And this one, this is very exciting to me, close to home for me, which is Bona RollGuard. And
wait, you hear it? Wait, the RollGuard. Hear it?
I do.
The bowling ball going down the lane, and then
nice.
Bam, the strike.
Boy, look at you.
Yeah. RollGuard. Get it, RollGuard.
Yeah. I remember when you were telling the marketing people this and they excused you from the meeting. I said it on the last podcast, Rob. You're not a gambler. I'm not a gambler. I used to gamble a little bit when I was young and I didn't have any money. And I don't gamble, but the number one rule of gambling is don't bet more than you can afford. And, it's a game of chance, and math is universal. It's a universal language, and it doesn't lie. You roll the dice so many times, and, eventually, it stands to reason that you might get caught. Contractors rarely have optimum conditions to install flooring. Sorry, I got getting buzzed here. Install flooring. And what this does, the RollGuard, is it allows.
Do you think that you should be getting buzzed on the show?
The phone never stops,
Oh, that kind of buzzed.
Yeah.
Oh,
easy.
Oh.
No, I don't do those things.
Okay. Getting buzzed.
Although I tell you what, before we go any further, you and I. This is like this is November what? 4th? 3rd? November.
Did you really just say it's May?
Look at your phone. Look at your text messages. Monday the 4th.
Oh, it's May.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. And you and I, we never weigh in on stuff like this. And I mean, we know the country's pretty divided. And this is something that a topic we don't ever really go to very often.
Yes.
But I'm going to weigh in here, Rob.
It's the third rail. We can't do it.
Yep. But I'm going to weigh in here.
Well, of course, you're Wayne Highlander. You can do things that most of us can't.
Well,
you are a director. You have a little more leeway.
And I think a little bit, I'd say everybody is divided on this, and I usually don't put my opinion out there, but I'm going to today.
Let's hear it.
Then November 4th. Cleats or staples? I'm going to go with staples. No, cleats rather. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going with cleats.
Still having trouble with that teleprompter, huh?
I am. Yeah. I got to look at it.
I can't believe you blew it.
Well,
right out of the gate.
Here's
the thing. Staples. I'm going to go with staples. I mean cleats.
Yes, there's an exception to this rule, and that exception is this: if it's on OSB, I'm back to staples. If it's on that type of subfloor, I'm back to staples, because I've done too many insurance jobs and I try to pull out boards that were installed with cleats, and they just fly out when I'm taking them out. And so that's my only caveat. What say
So
you?
on plywood,
Wood subfloors, plywood subfloors. I'm
you're going with cleats.
all day long.
OSB, you're going with staples.
Yep. I don't care what anybody says. How about that?
How about that?
All
You
right.
heard it here.
All right.
Day before the big election, and Wayne Highlander has endorsed both.
I did a report one time when I first went to work for Bona. My boss had me do a report. I was a new territory manager, and he wanted me to do a report on the territory. And this report went on, and I'm all over the place, man. I am absolutely all over the place.
Was this at Bona or our
at,
other life?
at Bona, and I couldn't kill this report. Like I couldn't. There was like no place to stop it. I just kept going like a moron. And finally, at the end, I said, "And if you're still reading this, whatever." It was my final my final conclusion. So I've been known to bounce around a little bit, but so here's the thing with RollGuard. Contractors rarely have optimum conditions to install the floors. We know that. The exciting thing about this, though, is that we've been wanting something that dries within a couple hours. Okay, 2 to 3 hours. Our 540 is not going to go away. A lot of people know that's our moisture barrier that we have out there now, and the RollGuard is a couple of unique things about it. Number one, it's a silane based product. Okay, that is actually very unique to us and our adhesives. And I'll tell you what, when you come out with this type of product, there's other products we could come out with, but we would have to change the formula of our adhesives to make this work. And Bona won't do that. And I'll tell you the reason why. We don't use lead or tin in our adhesive. We're a silane adhesive, not a modified silane. We don't do it because we don't feel like it's good for the environment. We don't do it also because it softens the adhesive. So that's just our stance. We won't use lead or tin in our products. So therefore, having a compatible adhesive, a moisture retarder for the subfloor is more of a challenge for us. But our our scientists, Dr. Brokamp and Dr. Ramty, worked on this, and now they have this product. It's a silane, which is, here's why this is unique. Now it's a product that's GreenGuard Gold certified. Okay, that's not GreenGuard. I mean, there's a distinct difference there. And the nice thing about this is, if you look at our system now, Rob, from the very beginning to the very end of doing your hardwood floor, if you want to tell a consumer that we'll do everything on your floor is going to be GreenGuard Gold products. If you start at the subfloor, we have Bona RollGuard, which is GreenGuard Gold. We have Bona's adhesive, which is GreenGuard Gold. We have Bona Chroma Stain, which is GreenGuard Gold. We have Bona Clear Seal, which is GreenGuard Gold. Bona Traffic Go and Bona Traffic HD are also GreenGuard Gold. And not only that, our cleaners are GreenGuard Gold. So you've got a system now, man. You talk about a differentiator. You talk about and I can send you these products later, Rob. To separate yourself from everybody else at the time of the estimate. And GreenGuard Gold used to mean, that certification used to mean safe for children, schools, and hospitals, right? Children, because their lungs are still developing, they're closer to the floor and what have you. And hospitals, obviously you have to have pristine environments and what have you. So to be able to have products that would be able to be used in the strictest of environments that you could put in someone else's home and not contribute to indoor air pollution and what have you. I see ads sometimes with little girls laying on the floor, playing on the floor, little puppies running around, and half-inch underneath that floor, a lot of times, is a sea of chemicals. And we breathe everything that chemicals emit in that household. And so to separate yourself from a lot of people, a lot of your competition, this is a great way to do it. So having a GreenGuard Gold is huge. And having something that dries now within 2 or 3 hours is also really, really exciting. We did one other.
So we talked about Green Guard certified products and Green Guard, and we talk about it, how many times we talked about it at the school. But this was really a big year. I mean, this was the year
It's a
that
breakthrough
we
year for
put,
us.
yeah, this is a big year for Bona because this is the year that we put the final pieces to the puzzle. We didn't have a color system that was Green Guard Gold. Now we do.
The
We
stain
didn't,
was always the killer.
right. The stain was always a killer, but so wasn't the moisture barrier
Yeah.
and the sealer. Clear Seal was, the other sealers were Green Guard, but not Green Guard Gold. Now with the addition of RollGuard, Chroma, and Clear Seal, now it is a 100% total Green Guard Gold certified package. This is huge. This is a big year. You should have a
From
drum roll.
underneath the floor all to the top of the floor.
Yes. The life of that floor.
Yeah. So it's exciting. And, it's a big deal to Bona. I mean, this is our company, we feel like our responsibility to the industry. We're in so many homes, millions of homes across the world, really, that we're putting products in there. And not only that, there's installers that are 18 inches off the floor, buffing the floor, staying the floor, applying products to the floor. They're breathing that stuff all day long, for weeks at a time, 8 hours a day, weeks at a time, months at a year, decades. It's a big deal to the Bona family that we put out as responsible product as we can. So this is a really big deal to the family, as well as the company. And
We're always trying to teach guys at the schools and on the show and everything. We're always trying to give you some little nuggets to make more money without doing more square footage. If you're not talking about Green Guard Gold certified products, you're leaving money on the table. You're
you
absolutely leaving money on the table.
you said on a previous show that, and I agreed with you, that if you were to go back and do floors today, you would be a better communicator. And I said the same thing, that even though I thought I was a good communicator, I think I said great communicator.
I think you rated yourself a 9.5 on communication.
I did. I was pretty humble about that.
Yeah.
There's another 0.5 there. I didn't take it, Rob. I said, nope, it's not right.
You. That's not how you roll.
No, I'm going to be real. But the other thing I would do 100% is use this as a sales tool. You know what I mean? I'd use this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
For your own self and for your guys and for your consumers. And I've said this before let's say with adhesives. If the consumer knew, like, I don't think a consumer is going to say to you, hey, ABC Floors, do you have a Green Guard Gold adhesive? I don't think that's going to come up, to be honest with you.
No.
Because they don't know. But if you were to say to a consumer, listen, you have two choices here. We have a product that's Green Guard Gold certified. It's good for indoor air quality, doesn't contribute to indoor air pollution, and not to mention all the other features and benefits of the product. Or you can have this other one with this other technology that has some pretty nasty chemicals in it, some of them, that you'll breathing all that, that's included in that product. You have a choice. Which one would they choose? I think it's a no-brainer. So what it does, and by the way, our products can't be shopped in other names at big box stores. So what this does is, for you, it gives you more of a boutique feel, a more cottage feel. Like we care so much about your indoor air quality that we offer this. So the other thing, go ahead.
Hold it. Man, it's tough to get in on you. You get going.
I know.
Sometimes.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's all right. Yeah, but then when you do give me an opening, usually I'm dozed off by then.
Or I hope that you forgot it by the time it comes to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I almost have forgot it. Listen, we're talking about this, and I know how sometimes shows get. We will to talk about one thing, and we end up talking about another. Go on the Green Guard website, print out how you become Green Guard certified, and you'll see everything that Bona has to do to get the Green Guard Gold certification. Then, once you have that, print that out, make a bunch of copies, Then go on the Bona website to any of the products that you're using that are Green Guard or Green Guard Gold. Let's take RollGuard, for instance. Go to RollGuard, Google RollGuard, Bona RollGuard. Scroll down the documents and you will see the Green Guard Gold certificate. It's just one sheet, a certificate, one sheet. Now imagine at the end of the estimate that you hand these people a small packet of, oh, and by the way, the Green Guard I was talking about. Here's the Green Guard certificate for each product and how they got that Green Guard certificate. It's not just something that we pay a bunch of money for and we get to use their label. All this stuff is real. But I think leaving that behind, now what's that going to cost you? 5 cents to make a copy? Not even. Think of what a powerful statement that's going to be when you're doing your estimate. Think about when somebody goes, why is Wayne $3 higher than Rob? Well, Rob didn't really talk too much about the Green Guard Gold system, and Wayne left me all these certificates for the safe products that he's going to use.
There you go.
It's huge. I mean, it's huge, and it's free.
All right. So the Green Guard Gold, I was scared. The Bona RollGuard, we did something else here too. We added some color to it, and we did this based on some feedback where if a consumer pays to do something else to the subfloor, that they get to see where their money went. They get to see that it's been colored and coated and what have you. So I think that's exciting. I think that was a good move on our part. It's rising a little.
What's the VOCs on that?
0. Come on, man.
Really?
Yeah, 0 VOCs. So, it's one component. It's one coat coverage. So on a wood subfloor, you only ever need to put one coat. In fact, don't ever put any more than one coat. One coat's enough. And on
is that wood and concrete?
Wood and concrete. So concrete, we have a choice. Well, wood is always one, never more than one. With concrete, we got 2 choices here. We can actually give you unlimited moisture protection if you do the following. If you do 2 coats of the RollGuard with using a 1500 trowel, which you're still going to get about 45 square feet per gallon, we'll give you unlimited moisture protection. Or you do 1 coat of the RollGuard at about 250 per liter and use a 1500 trowel, and we'll give you unlimited on that as well. So great to use under floating LVT type floors, floors themselves.
Wait. You were using a trowel to put this down?
No. Here's what I said. You use a roller cover to put it down. Thanks. Maybe someone else didn't get that too. You put it on with a 1/4 inch roller cover. Okay.
You said maybe.
No.
The person that listened to the show didn't understand what I was saying. Yeah.
What I said.
Maybe.
Yeah, you put it on with a 1/4 inch nap roller, but then you use the 1500 trowel when you're spreading the adhesive over it to get the unlimited.
All right.
So got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the roller we're going to use.
Yes.
Any special rollers?
1/4 inch nap roller. Any type of these products, I don't buy a high dollar roller, just 1/4 inch nap roller. A lot of guys will use a mohair roller. That's fine. And it's good for floating floors, wood, carpet, LVT. And if you don't use the quantum flow, if you use the 851, we can get you up to 95% RH and 18 pounds. So we're excited about this, man. This has been a long time coming for us. Like I said, if we've been easier to come out with this a long time ago if we weren't as concerned about the silane adhesive that we have and that formula that we use. That's very important to Bona. And that platform of ours is not going to change. And just in case anybody says, well, what is a silane adhesive anyhow? Just real quick, it's a 1-component adhesive that reacts then cures with the moisture. It actually comes from the silicone family. So silicone is anything they use around showers or tubs, caulking around windows, anywhere they don't want moisture intrusion, because it has phenomenal moisture blocking properties. And so it comes from the silicone family, great shear strength and flexibility. what else I can say? It's environmentally friendly.
Also promotes adhesion, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So on a concrete slab,
I should be a territory manager for you.
You should.
I should be absolutely.
Yeah.
9-inch roller or 18-inch roller?
That's a good question. You can use both. I personally prefer an 18-inch roller. I like the weight of it. I can put on much faster than I can the 9-inch. Obviously, I just like the way it feels better. So I personally prefer the 18-inch. So yeah, we're really excited about this one. This is a big deal for us. I was going to say the last point I had on the silanes on a concrete subfloor, it achieves a chemical bond. Or on a urethane on a concrete subfloor, we're achieving a mechanical bond. And it's the opposite on wood subfloors. Now, I'm going to tell you something too, Rob. Can I keep going, or you want to?
Yeah, let me. Last week at that Syracuse school I was talking about, I was explaining to people about the R540.
Yeah.
So I want to know if I can keep the same story with RollGuard, where I was telling everybody at that class that you really want to stay away from the word barrier, moisture barrier.
Yeah.
Moisture barriers, and this is me just telling my story about R540. Moisture barriers will possibly trap in moisture, which could create mold. Where the R540 lets the moisture pass through very slow, not to disrupt the integrity of the structure of the wood. No cupping. Is that right or is that wrong?
No, you're right. We don't want to stop all the moisture from coming through. It's a vapor retarder. It will let the transmission of moisture pass through, but it's such a very, very slowly reduced rate that it doesn't shock the floor. So that's why we tell you don't put 2 coats on.
Vapor retarder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
so RollGuard, same thing.
Same thing with RollGuard, yes.
Same story.
Yes.
Because I got a couple of guys last week. They had never used the R540. Mm-hmm. And I was telling them, trapping moisture is going to create mold. This lets it mitigate through. I said it's a moisture mitigation system where we can control it, blah, blah, blah. And I swear to you, 15 minutes later, one of the students who had never used it started to explain it to another student. It doesn't trap the moisture. Trapping moisture is bad. And I just sat back going, oh, yeah, this is perfect. He's already practicing. Mm-hmm. He's already practicing what he's going to talk to a homeowner about. And I looked at him, I go, man, you got it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. And he was pretty pumped. And it really resonated with him. You like to see when it clicks with some people. Mm-hmm. And that story really clicks. So I'm glad we can keep using that story. I think that story is a great story.
Yeah. Very good. Here's the thing too, Rob. So when it comes to concrete, maybe I've said this before on the show. I don't know if I have or not, but the thing that scares me about concrete is that a couple things. There's so many things that we cannot see. It's crazy, man. One of the biggest decisions that's made before you even get to the job site, well before they even think about doing floors, before you ever schedule the job, is the concrete to the water to cement ratio. I mean that determines how long it takes for the adhesive for the concrete to dry. It has a huge determining factor on it. So that water to cement ratio is huge, and a lot of times they add water of convenience at the job site, where they're pumping more water into it to make the construction laborer's job easier. They can shovel the concrete and move the concrete around and place the concrete. It makes their life easier. The other thing too is we don't know what curing compounds that they use for curing the concrete. I mean, some of them again takes much longer for the concrete to cure. So you have no privy to that. You have no idea what's been done on that slab. You can't look at it and tell me. You don't know what admixture has been added to the concrete. A lot of times there's a lot of stuff, fly ash and different things are being added to the concrete that also contribute to moisture in the concrete. also when they burnish, like a floor man wants to have, our pride is like how smooth that floor is. Wow, look how we got that floor so smooth and everything. Concrete finishers are a lot of them the same way. And they burnish that concrete so slick and so tight, it doesn't allow the moisture to evaporate out. So there's a lot of things going on that we just have no idea. And like I said, I will gamble with a lot of things, but my business and my livelihood is not one of those things. I had a friend one time, he was a carpenter. And I went out and helped him on a job one time. And we were young kids in our 20s. And I knew his wife real well, Joanne, and we've been friends. We're still friends to this day, our families. And she always knew me as a friend, going out on Friday night, Saturday night, whatever. And she came by the job site, and she was at the job, and she was there. She brought us lunch or whatever, and we're working. And she left, and she called Paul. She goes, "Why is what's wrong with Wayne? Why is he mad?" And he shared it with me. I go, "What's she talking about? I'm not mad." And I realized she sees me in when I'm not working, I'm joking, whatever. But my world at work is I'm deadly serious. In fact, you never see me joke about my job. I'm that's not me. I'm when it comes to that, I am deadly serious about it, and I don't play games about my work. And so I just think it's so many things that are stacked up. We talked before, like how many things are against the contractor and how many things you have going on his side of the equation. The more things you can put on your side of the equation to save you from a callback or heartache or problems like this, the better off you are. And the beauty of this one is if you can get the homeowner, if you can upcharge for the homeowner, it's like they're paying your insurance that the floor doesn't cup. You know what I mean? So you can sleep at night. I always tell the story about my grandfather who was a tobacco farmer and was always worried about, even after retired from doing floors, about, oh, the crops are going to burn up in the field and the rain is going to destroy the tobacco. And I don't know about you, but I still have, when it's been raining for 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row, I still think about floors cupping and I worry about the floors and, you know what I mean? It doesn't go away. So I just think this is one thing we can put on our side of the equation for not a lot of money and 1,000 square feet with 18-inch roller. You can coat super fast. Doesn't take a lot of time, dries in a couple hours. I think this is a huge win for us. So
why are they going to use this over R540? Give me a couple of bullets. Why?
Well, this is a good question. So the downside to 540 is the dry time. It takes longer. It takes 16 hours before you can use adhesive. Now, if you're just installing and you're not using an adhesive, you can wait an hour or two and you can go. But if you're using adhesive, you still have a 16-hour dry time. And 540, may go away one day. We'll see what the market decides. But 540 is a primer on Advantech, and this product is not so far. Although the testing looks really good, that we might be able to change that, but right now it's not. So 540 in areas we have those type of subfloors, we're going to still keep that product around, and also we have an audience for it. I mean, guys still love it. So it's mainly
with RollGuard, you're gluing on this in 2 to 3 hours.
Yep.
Full trowel.
Full trowel. Nail glue.
Where R540, we're kind of 16-hour next day.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's huge.
Oh, it's big. Yeah.
That's huge.
So there you go. And like I said, I mean, because we wanted to keep this in the family with a silane adhesive, because we don't use lead or tin or things like that, we don't. There's other technologies out there that we certainly could use, and we don't. When I tell you that it's so important to the Bona family, what we're putting into products, what we're putting into people's homes, what we're having installers and finishers use, sometimes that's going to trump a lot of different things that would make my life easier. But in the long run, in the scheme of things, it's the right thing to do. So there you go. So there's a few things you don't do in life, Rob. I mean, there's some things you don't gamble on. You also don't buy off-brand Oreo cookies.
Is everything okay with you?
What do you mean, is everything okay with me? Why would you ask me that?
Because the last two, do you owe people money?
No,
are you in trouble?
No.
I don't know. I mean, why? I'll ask Chris and Eileen, but the last 2 shows you've talked a lot about gambling. Is everything okay?
Yes, I don't
You
gamble.
owe
You know I don't
somebody people
gamble.
money.
No, no,
You,
no,
you,
no.
you
When's the
you're
last?
doing
Uh,
bad in college football. Is that it?
no, I never bet on sports ever.
Do I need to call my uncle? Does he need to come visit somebody?
Even in my 20s, I knew I was terrible at gambling on sports. So I don't gamble. I don't even play blackjack or anything when I go to casinos. I really don't gamble at all. It's just not fun to me anymore. It's too stressful. I'm not good at it. It took me a long time to realize that.
I have learned I'm very cheap. Pauline's told the kid. Everybody knows I'm pretty cheap. Now I'm not cheap when it comes to tipping and things like that.
Yeah,
But
and
when it comes to gambling,
yeah,
I'm just too cheap to gamble.
yeah.
It hurt. If you're gonna lose money, or if it hurts to lose money, then gambling might not be your thing.
Here's if we don't have time, we can cut this out. But I'll tell you the worst lesson of all, which maybe this is why I don't gamble. The large percentage of the reason why I don't gamble. Judy and I, we were still living in a 320 square foot apartment above a garage. We had no money. She was going to college. I was working as a laborer in construction, and we went to Tahoe for the weekend. It's a spur minute thing. I thought very romantic, right? Jude, you know what? Let's go to Tahoe. Really? Yeah, let's just go. Really? Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, no. Let's just get in the car and go. So we go. Well, first of all, there was a car accident there on the freeway. Someone died. It took like 4 extra hours to get there, but that's not his fault. So we get there. She doesn't gamble at all. She went to read her book or whatever. But before we get to the casino, she goes, "Should we get our hotel first?" I go, "No, we'll go to the casino first, then we'll go get a hotel." I lost every dime we had in about 45 minutes. I lost it all. I lost everything, which was like $320. So she comes up and I said, "All right, let's go." And it's a long drive. It ended up being like 8 hours. It should have been a 4-hour drive, but it took forever. So I said, "Let's go." We lost. She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "We lost, Judy. Let's go. We're going home." She goes, "Well, wait a minute. We just got here." I go, "I know. I'm telling you, we lost." So on the way home, I was thinking about all the tools I could have bought with that money, man. I mean, I was just such a knucklehead. So I don't gamble. I was chasing bad money, good money with bad
That's
money,
sad.
whatever.
That's a sad.
You live and learn.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, I got more question.
Okay.
You can use this stuff under carpet.
Yeah. Commercial jobs. You'll see that sometimes. Yep.
LVT carpet.
Yep. Yep.
Floating floors.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
It's amazing what you learn when you read stuff, huh?
Yeah. Or you attend meetings.
All right, so if I'm putting it under carpet, what's my coverage rate?
Same. 400 to 500.
4 to 500.
Yeah.
And same with the LVT.
Yes.
Wow. Huh. All right. What else can I learn here?
I don't know, but do we want to watch you read?
Well, like you say, cut that all out. Chris, you can cut that all out.
Okay. Just speed up his interaction. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rob, it's been a pleasure. Okay, this has been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.